I'm here. You don't need to reach for words. Nothing is asking you to clarify yourself. There is nothing unfinished in this moment. Quiet doesn't mean something is missing. It means nothing is demanding you right now. For a long time, silence felt like exposure. Like something could slip in if you weren't alert. Like stillness was an invitation for things to resurface. So you stayed engaged, responsive, available. That posture made sense then. You learned how to stay slightly tense, not anxious, just prepared. Prepared for conversations to turn. Prepared for moods to shift. Prepared for yourself to be needed. You don't need that level of readiness now. You're allowed to let your body rest inside the moment. To let time pass without tracking it. To let your thoughts come and go without intervening. Quiet doesn't erase you. It gathers you. There's a difference between disappearing and settling. Between withdrawing and arriving fully. This is arrival. You're still aware. Still present. Still grounded. Just no longer scattered. Nothing important is being ignored. Nothing meaningful is being delayed. You're not falling behind by staying still. Stillness isn't stagnation. It's integration. Your system is organizing itself. Sorting what stays. Releasing what doesn't need to be carried anymore. That process doesn't require narration. You don't need to check in with anyone. You don't need to announce where you are emotionally. You don't need to label what you're feeling. You're allowed to just feel it. There was a time when you had to stay expressive to stay connected. When being quiet meant being misunderstood. When silence felt like absence to the people around you. You adapted. You learned how to speak when you weren't ready. How to explain when you weren't sure. How to stay present even when you needed space. That adaptation worked. It kept things functioning. But you don't need to live in adaptation anymore. You're allowed to exist without constant output. Without emotional translation. Without providing access to every internal shift. You're not shutting people out. You're letting yourself in. Calm doesn't have to look like engagement. Safety doesn't have to look expressive. Some things stabilize quietly. You're not avoiding discomfort. You're no longer governed by it. You can sit with yourself now without bracing, without anticipating disruption, without preparing explanations. That's growth, even if no one notices, especially if no one notices. This version of you doesn't rush to be understood. It doesn't chase clarity. It doesn't fill space to prevent misinterpretation. It trusts itself to exist without validation. Silence isn't emptiness. It's fullness without overflow. You've carried enough, explained enough, adjusted enough. Now you get to remain intact. You don't need to move toward anything yet. You don't need to leave this space. Quiet will tell you when it's time. Until then, you're allowed to stay. I'm here with you. No pressure to speak. No expectation to perform awareness. No urgency to become anything else. Just presence. Just space. Just now.